Hey there, Soulshines. It's Michelle here, and I'm inviting you to wake up and live. And today we're going to talk about addictions. Do you have addictions? I think more people have addictions than people want to admit. Often we think about addictions being addiction to drugs, addiction to pornography, or other such addictions. Um, some of us are willing to admit we're addicted to sugar or chocolate or some kind of a food. But there are some other addictions too. There's addiction to social media. How many of you are so obsessed? Like I was pretty intensely connected to social media. I was on Facebook all the time. And I decided that I needed to just like do kind of like a fast. And so I went an entire month without social media. The first little while was really hard, and then it got easier. So I can't say that I was 100% addicted, right? But it was hard. But one of the best things for me afterwards was letting go of the need to go back and see what everybody had written. I could just clear out my notifications and start fresh. That was really, really good for me. I was able to go back on Facebook and not quite care as much about seeing what everybody had written after me. So I wasn't as obsessed with the staying connected to the different threads that I commented on. But I still noticed I was starting to get addicted again, and that was like often. First thing I would do, the first thing I would do. So, ironically, I was looking for a way to make the Sabbath day a little more holy for me. I believe that we have a day that we need to make different, spend time focusing on spiritual growth and my beliefs about God. I need to spend that time with Him. And so I decided, what can I do to make my Sabbath day a little better? And the thought came to me to have a no Sunday social media thing. Like, not, it wasn't like directly social media. The only social media I'm on is Facebook, and I guess YouTube's kind of a social media. So those are the only two places that I was hanging out. And so it's no Facebook Sundays, and that's been like the best thing for me because when I have that day, like, nope, can't get on Facebook, it keeps me in that consciously aware state. And like, I don't think I've been on Facebook. Like, I posted a couple of things for a group that I run, but I don't think I've really actually been on Facebook for a week. I just haven't had a desire to get on it this week. And that happens every once in a while. And then I'll get on and kind of play around for a while. I love the fact that I have that no Sunday rule because I then don't get as connected into it. It's my way of staying unaddicted, if you will. That's a word. I don't know. So some addictions, like that social media, are easy to let go of. Other things that help with that is looking at why I care so much, what everybody else said, um, what benefits the social media, like, do I think that social media gives me? There's a sense of belonging. I have a strong desire to belong, and so interacting with people in that social media way kind of feels like it's feeling that. But I've come to realize that that's just emptiness for me. I would rather actually be talking with people one on one and having that face to face interaction. So that's good to know, good to realize. I think I like YouTube because I feel like I'm talking to somebody. I get to share what's going on or what I'm learning or things like that. It's some people I feel like they're talking to me, and so I feel like we kind of know each other a little better than on if I'm watching your videos and you're watching my videos. I feel like we know each other a little better than if we're on Facebook, where it's just words back and forth. Just something. A little side note, wholly random. Okay. The real problem with addiction is when you're not even aware that you're addicted. So social media, I became aware. It wasn't a kind of addiction where I had to completely disconnect I have been 3 years and like 2 months soda free. I was super, I don't even know that I was addicted. I mean, I guess I kind of was addicted to soda. It was not an easy process to get off. Um, I had started it the year before, so like 4 years ago. I had started it and I lasted like 3 months and then I had a sip of soda and that was it. I was back on soda like that. I mean, like, seriously, that sip of soda tasted so nasty, but I was still back to drinking soda the next day. I guess that's an addiction, right? That's like some people. Okay, so social media thing. There's a group that I'm in, and one of the guys, like, seriously, just does not understand the why some people have to leave the group, why they can't just um, let it go and like ignore the group for a while and then come back when they feel like they can handle it or things like that. He just doesn't understand. And I really liked that somebody explained it like alcohol addiction. An alcoholic, if they're going to fight their addiction, they cannot have alcohol in their home. They can't have that secret stash that's just hanging out there. It's like me, it was soda. Like, I couldn't just go, um, I couldn't take one sip because that one sip put me back completely into addiction mode. Like, it put me back drinking it, even though it tasted gross. And so that's one of the problems with like addictions is that um, you keep doing it even if it doesn't make you feel good. And sometimes you're addicted to the results of it. Okay, so like the first time, um, one thing that I noticed when I went back on soda after my 3 months off is that as soon as I went back on soda, my brain got foggier. Um, and so there was like continued for the next 9 months thinking, my brain was clearer when I wasn't drinking soda, so I know I need to stop. And it took me a long time, and I finally decided I'm just going to do it. And so I quit again. Now I know absolutely no taste of soda. I had to use some healing techniques as I was going. So I was doing okay, and then like my mom got a Coke and had it right there. Like, you open the fridge and it's like right in front of my face. Oh my gosh, that was so freaking hard. And I used my tools. And I think the tools that I was using at the time were pretty simple. I love this with God's love. I forgive this with God's forgiveness, and I heal this with God's healing. So it's like kind of my phrases that I was using at the time. So whatever was coming up, I love whatever is coming up with God's love. I forgive whatever is coming up with God's forgiveness, and I heal whatever is coming up with God's healing. And I would repeat that until I started feeling better. It would also mean that I got to a point where I wasn't, like, if I opened the fridge, I would look at the soda, it didn't matter. Then summer came, and we're driving down the street, and 7-Eleven's got their big pitcher of the icy soda, and it's summer, and I'm going, oh my gosh. So I had to do it again. I love everything that's coming up with God's love. I forgive everything that's coming up with God's forgiveness. I heal everything that's coming up with God's healing. If you want to try that, go ahead and try it. It's super easy. And if you don't believe in God, then you could probably try universe or unconditional love. Do it with unconditional love. I love this energy with unconditional love. I love this energy, or I forgive this energy with unconditional forgiveness. And I heal this energy with unconditional healing. So that's pretty powerful stuff right there. And it's simple, and it's something that you can do no matter what emotions you have coming up. You can do it on a person, you can do it on a thing, like this addiction kind of thing. And so I was going along. We traveled to my brother's wedding, which I live in Utah. He lived in Tennessee, lives in Tennessee, still there. So that was a couple days drive. We also spent a day at like a historical landmark that we, like a town just set up with like all kinds of things to do. So we spent the day there, and just, it was traveling. We did a lot of eating out. And that's one of the things that I noticed with soda. There was the times when I'm when I would be eating a hamburger and it was like, burgers go with Coke. And I would have to heal that energy that came up. Burgers go with Coke. Everything that's bringing up, I'm healing with God's love, God's forgiveness, God's healing, that kind of thing. Pizza. Pizza was associated. Tacos were associated. I had these foods. Like, I could eat some foods and not even feel a problem with it. There were other things that it would bring up those feelings, and I would have to love and forgive everything that came up. So every layer that came up. Traveling, we're going to restaurants. Everybody around me is getting a soda, and I'm going, I'll have water. I didn't even like water at first, so that was pretty fun. And so I would have to do healing on that. I finally decided that as long as it was a pure lemonade, I could drink lemonade, so at least I wasn't feeling too bad. And then for the summers, I can get a lemon berry slush from Sonic because it's real fruit. So I'm like, okay, real fruit, I can do real fruit. I don't like juice, but I could do a lemon berry slush, and I could do like strawberry lemonade. Um, so I was able to do those kind of things, and I did really good. I would get to the point where I wasn't feeling those urges, that energy, because I would heal it, would take it away. If it came up again, I would do it again. And then a few months ago, out of nowhere, it came back again, and that was really interesting. But I just was able to deal with it. Most of the time, I am not even aware that people. I'm like, yeah, whatever. You're having soda. I don't care. I don't drink soda for years. For years. So, and that's one of the things about addictions. You can do this energy work. You can do the forgiveness work. I don't know how well it works on some substances that are really addictive, like um, drugs and alcohol. But I know that I'm using this with my soda addiction. So I have another addiction, and that's kind of why I wanted to talk to you guys. I'm a healer, right? I love the rush of clearing it out and feeling it go, and it's like, oh man, that feels amazing. Well, one of the problems with somebody who can be addicted to things, which would probably be everybody, but some people have more tendency towards addiction than others, is you become addicted to healing. Oh, and so, and then I have that OCD thing I've been talking about lately that comes in, and it's like I've got to do it perfectly. So my healing has to go all the way deep and do it perfectly and get it completely gone in one swoop because that's how it works. What do you do with that kind of addiction? It's good things, like healing is good, right? But when you're so obsessed with what can I look for healing, you cannot focus on where you want to go. You're focusing in the past. So it's not a good thing. It's good to heal. It's not good to be addicted to healing. So I personally am going to spend some time the next week um, loving that addiction to heal. What comes up with that? I'm going to do I love this energy with God's love. I forgive this energy with God's forgiveness. I heal this energy with God's healing. I also will probably be looking for cords and roots, seeds of the addiction, because that's really deep healing. And I'm curious what's going to happen. Am I going to stop having a desire to heal myself and just focus on moving forward in life? I don't know. Now, what if you're not sure if you have an addiction? What can you do? This is what I say, prayer or intentions to the universe. If I have an addiction, please let me know so that I can see it, become aware of it, help me to become aware of my addiction, and how to heal it, how to let go of it. I know that there are people who don't believe addictions can be healed and you can just are constantly having to fight it the rest of your life. And maybe to a degree, since 3 years later something came up that kind of stirred an addiction, it was gone super fast. I don't see it very often. I'm aware of it though, so that if it does, like I start to feel like that craving for soda, um, I can take care of it. The thing about cravings is that after the first little while, it's 100% emotional. It's not actually physical. Like there's so long, I don't even know how many days, and maybe it depends on the chemical you're using. so many days that the chemical stimulant you're craving at first, and then when that's gone, it's just emotional, which is why the healing work works. So another thing you can do is when you do feel that craving come up, what is it you're really craving? Like for me with chocolate, what am I really craving? Oh, I'm feeling alone. I want to feel loneliness. And then I can take time to take care of the loneliness, and maybe the craving will go away. And also maybe choosing versus not choosing. I choose to stay soda free. I sometimes choose to eat chocolate. Giving myself that choice is really powerful. I really hope that there's something in this that was good for you and powerful, and that you were able to come away with something to help you, even if you just use that healing technique anywhere and everywhere. You can use it on words, you can use it on feelings, you can use it on anything energetically that's coming up. I've used it on pain. This is one of my favorite easy tools to use. I actually was trying to write a book about it at one point in time. I felt very frustrated about the book, so I never did anything with it. Um, the the times to use it. One of the things is that if I feel like at first I'm channeling God's love through me because I don't have the ability to love on that level. As my ability to love increases, as I do more and more of this healing, my ability to love increases. I find that I kind of the way that I love becomes the way that God loves. So there's not as much channeling His love through me as much as um, changing how I love things. So that's kind of interesting to ponder and think about. Um, and like I said, if you don't believe in God, unconditional love. Everybody wants unconditional love. We all do. Like, no matter who you are, you want unconditional love. Even if you don't think you do, you really do. We all want unconditional love. We all want joy. We all want a sense of freedom and a sense of security. We all want these things. Sometimes we try to fill our lives with these things through our addictions. And it's kind of like I talked about the other day with OCD, with the perfectionism. It's my video on perfectionism. Talking about how that perfectionism and that rigidness in perfectionism is a way to protect ourselves. So that was a chance for security and safety. So our addictions and our different, like if you have OCD or if you have anxieties and stuff, they're all designed to protect you or give you something else. To try to fill yourself up with love or try to fill yourself up with something. Try to numb the pain. There's always some reason why we have these experiences. And so if you can actually go in and address the original cause of these things, awesomeness. So that's what I have to share with you. I'm sorry if this video seems a little long. I just felt like I really wanted to share this with you. Remember to have an amazing day. Let your soul shine big, bright, light, and beautiful. And I will see you guys next time. Oh yeah, while I'm here, subscribe and like and share and all that great stuff.